Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the One Stop. As always, it's Brianna and Lindy, and look who's back. It's Chris. He's finally here, healed, back from the dead, and appendixless.
Like Carlos.
Yep, can't kill me now.
Can't kill
Got
you
that
now.
over with.
So, today's episode is going to be pretty great because it's about Baku. And Baku was unbelievably entertaining from start to finish. So much happened. Even in FP1, which honestly, we saw how many crashes?
I did not hear anything he said.
Oh my God, that was you too?
Yeah.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. I think there was 2 crashes in FP1 if I remember right. I don't know. That was on Friday. That was a few days ago. I've slept since then.
I've barely slept since then. Yeah, I think it was like Charles and Franco.
Yeah.
Both redeemed themselves from their crash. But I mean, that was a tricky corner though.
Wasn't that the same corner he crashed in last year?
Yeah, that's the I am stupid corner.
Yeah, I am so stupid.
I hate that corner so much. Everything looked really good. People surprised me though, but I think that's just because I'm used to different people driving in Williams. So that now that I see Williams like up in like the true high midfield, I'm like, whoa, what are you guys doing there?
Yeah, Cola Pinto really surprised me in how well he was competing with Albon and the rest of the grid too, especially his teammate. That's his real test of pace, is if he can keep up with Albon, and I think he did a really, really good job this weekend. Really excited for him. He's showing a lot of talent and that he deserved the seat. So I was really stoked to see him be competitive. Race pace wasn't the best compared to, but at least he was competitive with Albon. It wasn't Sargent. He wasn't at the bottom. He wasn't spinning out and getting last place. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with his performance. I think he did a really good job. Then the other one that I thought drove brilliantly was Ollie Behrman. I think he did really, really well. What is that? His second race in an F1 car. Was surprisingly quick. I thought he did a really good job, especially being in a Haas, which is hard to compete in. And I mean, he was fighting off. At one point, I think it was Russell was trying to get around him, and he put his elbows out and kind of held off Russell for a few laps in a Haas, beating out a Mercedes for a little bit.
He did that with Lewis too.
Yeah, it was Lewis. Yeah, it was Russell. It was Lewis.
Yeah, it was Lewis. Yeah, he. I was like, Ollie, oh my God.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was really impressed. It was a good race, very good race. Our boy Piastri, though. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ollie, this was like the first time that someone has scored points for 2 different teams in a season. So like that's pretty cool on its own. But real quick, back to Colapinto, I thought he did really well too. And that was like a circuit that he had never raced at before. So I think that he adapted really well because by the end of the race, he was P9 and Albon was P8.
Yeah.
So like that's impressive.
Actually, he was P8. He was P8 a little bit, and Albon was P9, and they swapped at I think it was mid-race, like lap 28, maybe 30, somewhere around there. He was actually holding off Albon for a little bit, and he probably got instructions from race engineer. It's like, hey, go ahead and swap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he was doing well. I came up with I had a really hard time remembering how to pronounce his name or even how it was spelled. So I had to look it up in the middle of the race. And so I came up with a moniker. So now his name in my mind is Colin Bean. So I remember Colo and then Pinto Bean. So Cola Pinto. So it's Colin Bean.
Oh my God.
So random.
Yeah, I thought you guys get a chuckle out of that.
That's hilarious. I love him though because he's such a professional yapper.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Oh my God.
I loved watching.
I love how he was told. Me too. And he was told, like, keep him short, buddy. Stop going.
No rizzing the reporter.
Stop the yapping. I mean, he has the riz, bro. He has the riz. I was like, I could sit here and talk to you all day about nothing.
How old is he again?
21,
That's a
22?
very good question. He's
I
baby.
think
Yeah.
21, 22, somewhere around there. Yeah.
They're all young, all showing
Yep.
everybody up.
Really
Did you
Coming
though.
in there.
Did you guys see the blurb about Russell saying he's gonna pull an Alonso and race until he's in his 40s?
I
Yeah,
did
saw that.
not
I
see
did.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were asking him about Kimi joining the team now that he'll be the senior driver for Mercedes. He's like, I probably got another 20 years of racing left in me. I'll be like Alonso and be racing in my 40s. I was like,
Wow.
okay, homeboy.
Everybody wants to be Alonso racing in their 40s.
Yep.
Is he ever gonna
And
quit?
he's so excited. No, because now he has Nui. He's so excited.
Oh my gosh.
He was offering his salary, parts of his salary, to pay for Nui. He was like, I need Nui.
I heard about that. But really, but question though. Okay, is there like an age limit? Like, does it cap out at like
No.
50, or do you just go until you
Nope.
can't go anymore?
You go until you can't go no more.
You go until someone's better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Until someone younger, fresher, better reaction time can beat you. There's no age limit on a driver, to my knowledge, unless maybe the drivers union might have one, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't really see them out there for so long. I mean, it's tough at a certain age. It starts really affecting your body a lot, and then you really just don't have the time. And by then, most of the drivers are like, I'm kind of done with this.
Does he have a family? Like, does he
Yep.
have kids?
Who?
Alonso.
Alonso?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know if he's got kids. I think he's single, because last year they were talking about him and Taylor Swift. Remember, there was that whole thing that they might be dating.
Yeah, I heard
I
about
remember that, and then the whole song,
Yeah.
and I was just like, what?
that. That was
Yeah.
so random.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really random, like insanely so. But, you know,
Oh, he was married. He's got an ex-wife.
I love just deep
Racing
dive
is his
into
wife.
Alonso.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know who who kind of hurt my feelings this weekend?
Who?
Lewis.
I knew
No.
she was gonna say Lewis.
I mean, he was looking so good. It was looking good. I mean, I know he had to take a new power unit too, and so you got pit lane start.
Yeah, who else got the pit lane start? Was it
Ocon.
Albon? Ocon, because they changed out power unit
Yeah, they had to
without telling the FIA or something along those lines.
How do you
I'm like,
not-
wait,
something
what?
sneaky.
They're gonna find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always find out. They're like Big Brother. But yeah, that I woke up this morning and I put it on and I saw on the bottom it just will start streaming, all the updates, and it said pit lane start. I was like, somebody is lying to me. You can't be telling me that this happened.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
did anyone actually find the definitive reason why Lando aborted that hot lap and got P15 in qualies?
I saw a lot of stuff
There
on
was
threads.
not. Yeah,
But I
there
don't
was
know.
so many reasons why he aborted.
It was like a combination.
Yeah, because I rewatched it, and I think what I think happened is someone on the radio may have told him that a yellow flag was coming out, or he said that he thought a yellow had flashed on the track. But when I rewound it, like because it shows you on the wheel too, when there's a yellow flag in a certain sector, it'll say on the wheel pop up, but it never showed there. So I'm wondering if someone on radio said, "Oh, yellow's coming out," and that's when he aborted. But that was crazy to see him. I was speaking of Lando though, but going from P15, what did he finish in? P4?
4. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
a good.
That
Yeah,
was
both him and
incredible
Lewis
race
got
day.
11 places that they advanced today.
Pretty good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Solid driving.
Yeah.
Solid driving. I mean, everybody's not happy with their car, but solid driving.
I don't think McLaren's not happy with their car. I can't see Piastri or Lando complaining about the car at this point. That car is fast. Piastri pulling 1.7 seconds in 2 laps against Chuck at the end of the race was pretty incredible. That McLaren is a very fast
A
car.
rocket ship.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's where Red Bull wants to be, and I don't know how they fell off in 6 months, and
Literally.
how Red Bull's where they're at now is
Oh, my
incredible.
God.
Yeah, I've never seen a team self-destruct so badly mid-season.
It needs to be looked
Going
at.
for It was
Yeah.
de facto the car to beat at the beginning of the
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
and now it's mid at best.
Yeah. And Max is trying to pull everything he can from that car. Which is crazy because Max can perform miracles with a vehicle. He can take something and make something out of it, but he is not able to like convert past like fourth place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Now McLaren's officially winning the Constructors' Championship too by 1 point.
I thought it was 20.
Yeah, it's like 21 points.
No, I think it's by.
It's 20. They're at 476 and Red Bull's at 456.
No,
I only know because I did that this morning.
Yeah, you did the graphic.
I updated those before I went and took my nap.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's definitely like 20.
Yeah.
It's 20. You're right. I thought it was
20.
by 1.
You know, they're like
You're right.
smashing it right now.
Mhm.
It would have been Charles. If Charles would have won, he would have bested, and Lando did not place in points, he would have bested Lando by 1 point and
Maybe
gotten
that's
second
where I got
place.
confused.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but the best thing that they needed today was an Oscar win, and they got an Oscar win because that took points away. Lando got points taken away from Max. Charles did not advance as much as he was going to, and they came out and clear.
Yeah, Oscar's drive and strategy was brilliant. The lack of mistakes that he showed, especially near the end of the race, I mean, the driving was just incredible. He held off Leclerc for so long, and Leclerc, I have my own opinions about Leclerc, and I truly believe he's an undervalued or overrated driver, because he had opportunities to get, if he had dive bombed and a little bit more aggressive before he lost his tires, I think he could have got P1, but I don't know why Ferrari's so married to him. I mean, it's not that he's not talented, but Ferrari driver and the caliber driver they require, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with them staying hitched to Leclerc as much as they are and being that dedicated to the driver. Should be interesting with the addition of Lewis next year. I think is going to expose more of Chuck. He might have a little bit of trouble in contract negotiations.
Isn't he signed until like 2029 or something like that?
Yeah, they went. It's something long term. They went long term with him, and I don't know why, but Ferrari gonna Ferrari. So.
But I think Oscar.
I mean, I think you said it. I think you said it right. You said under first, not over. You said under twice first. You know what you really wanted to say.
That's what I was going to say about
overvalued
Oscar.
by
I think
a lot.
Oscar is underrated.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
I think no, I don't think so. Zach Brown said they've got 2 world championship drivers. Zach sees it. Zach Brown said
he
both
sees
of them
it.
should be
Yeah,
winning.
but I mean, honestly, when you let him cook, let the man finish cooking. Like, some of this drama was so unnecessary because they undervalued him, even when he was cooking better than Lando. Now I think he's put that argument completely to bed because homeboy just did a once in a generation drive on a Sunday in Baku.
I think
with experience, he's gonna get better and better and better. This is only his second season, and to be driving like this in his second season is pretty incredible. Not many drivers do that.
Well, I think in the fan base
you can see what Sargent did in his second season.
I think in the fan base, like, everyone is like so like obsessed with Lando. Lando's the #1 driver. Lando can win the championship, and I think people just kind of like look over Oscar. But like when you see his drive today, like you said, it had very minimal mistakes. Like, honestly, a perfect drive. Like, there's no way you just can overlook Oscar. Like, he did great.
Yeah, I think they do that with George, or they did do that with George a lot because I mean Lewis and Mercedes is like, that's just it, and then George is there, but he's been learning and growing and getting better every year, and I mean, I think he's showing that he has the skill to keep landing podiums
Okay,
and be
but
the dependable driver.
George, I love George. Okay, I think George is a great driver, but like you can't say that he is not always at the best place at the best time. Just like it
The
doesn't matter
best
who
time.
he's behind. If someone has a wreck, he is usually right behind them to go and steal that podium.
He sure is. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. He said, I'm ready.
Yeah, patient.
Yeah. He lucked out today with that podium. He didn't
So did
deserve it.
Lando. Lando lucked out with his fourth because if those two didn't crash,
Yeah.
he'd still be further down.
Yeah. But he was already in range of Max prior to the crash too. He was like 3.5 seconds off and was setting fastest laps prior to the crash. So
Which thank
I think he
goodness.
would have got it and would have got P7 or
Mhm.
P6. I forget what. I think it
I
was
think
P6.
6.
Yeah, because the 2 went out and he got P4.
Yeah.
Because I think he had already got around Max. Did he already get around Max before the crash? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was before or after.
Yeah.
I think it was before.
He was already
Yeah, it was?
he already
Okay.
overtook Max.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Wasn't sure though. But yeah, that was a hell of a drive for him too.
Yeah, I was gonna say something and then, brain said, let's not work anymore because that's convenient. Great. This is why. Don't stay up like I've been doing this weekend. You can't think after
You need sleep.
What about Lance Stroll?
And
What
Yuki?
happened today with that?
Oh, with Yuki. Oh, yeah. I literally threaded as soon as it happened. Like, literally, the race just started. He's like, oh, got a puncture. And I was like, well, that was fast.
Yeah.
That was so fast.
Well,
Poor Yuki.
Who did Yuki have contact with? Was it Stroll?
Yeah, it was Stroll.
It
and
was Stroll?
Yuki's
Yeah.
side pod got, like, ripped open.
Yeah. There was a cannonball size hole in the side
Yeah,
pod.
it was crazy.
I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, oh,
But
shoot.
then I'm curious on what Aston Martin's gonna do with Lance Stroll, with Lawrence being the owner. Like how long is this really gonna be sustainable? Because Lawrence Stroll just paid a bunch of money for Newey.
Mhm.
Now there's talks of him trying to get Max. They
I-
can't
yeah.
justify getting rid of Alonso. Alonso's outscoring Stroll in almost every race.
Yeah.
Right.
So is Daddy gonna have to fire a baby boy? That's gonna be weird.
I don't know, but I mean, I've been thinking about that for a while, only because, working with your family is a difficult thing because then
Yeah.
you get in these situations.
I mean, feelings
But I don't know. I
aside-
know those talks. Yeah, money talks.
Feelings
It's gonna be
aside, like
interesting.
you want Max, you're gonna have to boot your son, like, because like you said, they're not gonna boot Fernando.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Fernando's not going to allow that to happen anyways, even if they said that, Fernando's a bull. He's not going to be just pushed around.
When does Alonso's contract expire? Did he sign another 1-year extension or is it 2 years?
God, now you're testing my memory.
I think it was only 1 year.
It's
I think he'll
one.
be I think he'll be back under negotiations next year. I think it
Mhm.
was only a 1 year, I think.
I want
But I
to
think now
say
he's going to want to
it's
keep
like-
going. I mean, Newey.
26 or maybe 25.
Feel like I want to say
Oh.
6.
It was a 2-year contract, so 26 he'll go back up for negotiations. Yep. So he's still got a seat for next year unless they decide to terminate the contract early, but I don't see there's no reason to terminate.
When Lewis has that option too at Ferrari, everybody was like, oh, multi-year, but he actually has the option to get out after 1 year.
Yeah.
Both of those guys had their escape routes planned.
Where would he go if he was
Which
to
is
leave?
kind of,
Lewis.
which one?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm
out.
sure someone
Yeah.
would want him.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but
I don't see him sticking around. I think he wants one more
wants his
championships. He wants the 8th, and then I think I could see him retiring right at the end of the race and saying, I'm done, hanging up his hat and going to work in the fashion world or whatever his next
Mhm.
venture is. I mean, he's already divesting a bunch of money into all kinds of different crap, so he's probably going to go dedicate his time to something else. I think he wants to make that final statement, like, here's number 8. I'm now the de facto most world championship winner, and now I'm going to sail off to the sunset and go do something different.
Yeah, pretty much. I
I think
mean,
that's the only reason he's going to Ferrari, is he actually believes that Ferrari.
yep.
He's probably second guessing it now, but when he signed the contract, he probably thought, okay, this should give me a shot at another title.
He's
Now,
not second guessing it though, because like he's been very firm in that decision. He's had his time with Mercedes, and it's bittersweet, and he loves his people, but he has definitely been ready to be somewhere else.
I don't know. He might be second guessing it now, and I say that because Mercedes is looking faster with every upgrade they come out. They're getting closer to Ferrari than people expected them to be.
Except for when he's driving his car. That's the thing.
Yeah, true.
And even George said that today after the race. One car should have been up here, but we have all these problems, and it shouldn't have been this difficult.
Yeah.
Like, he is totally like, I'm ready to leave. He's had a great day. I mean, he owes his loyalty to them and all these years with them, but it's just time. It's time for some different.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if he can
Some
get it
different
with
troubles.
Ferrari, unless Ferrari figures out their upgrades
What?
and stuff, like the 8th championship. I don't know if he's gonna get it with them.
It's still a better vehicle than the Mercedes,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And
Yeah.
it's Lewis.
Yeah.
It's
I think at this point in the
cool.
season, fastest car is McLaren, second fastest probably Ferrari, then third is Red Bull, fourth would be Mercedes, yeah. But they are getting faster. I don't know. I think if they keep going on this trajectory, Mercedes could be faster than Red Bull if they continue doing what they're doing. Because the rumor is because of the crashes from Checo earlier in the season, they don't have money to develop the Red Bull car anymore this year.
That Monaco crash took it out. That budget took the whole budget out.
Speaking of crashes, I'm kind of curious if Red Bull's going to send the bill to Ferrari for that crash from Sainz. I rewatched that about 10
Have we had
times.
the ruling on it yet?
It's going to come back as Ferrari's fault. He was off the racing line. He was almost off the track from late braking, and then he tried to get back on the track. He knew Checo was there. There's no missing him. It's Checo. It's not a slow car by any means. He had nowhere else to go. It kind of the only thing that they can say is Checo does look like he's trying to get back to the racing line to the right, but Sainz makes like 3-4 feet of movement to the left and goes right into him. That was, in my opinion, 100% Sainz fault.
Are you talking about the FIA,
The stewards haven't
forms
came back yet.
the forms that come back out after?
Yeah.
Because I saw a form that said no.
Yeah,
further
that's how they
action.
released their statement.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw a
Really?
form that said no further action.
I didn't get to check up on that.
Like that it's said and
Oh
done.
my God.
So
I mean, but you like how you and I were talking about how when you see it from Checo's perspective, the camera, it does look like that was Checo's fault, and then you see it from the helicopter view, and then it looks like it's Carlos' fault.
Yeah. Me and
that was Sainz's fault.
Me and Bree were talking about this like right before you hopped on. I was like, Bree, like when I was just watching it, just from the F1 TV perspective, it literally looked like Carlos just yeeted Checo into the wall to like save Charles. But then you look at other angles, and then it's just all like, what actually happened? Like, was it Checo? Was it Carlos? But from some angles, it literally looks like it was Carlos.
All I know is that rivalry that's already been brewing between those two is gonna hit an all-time high now.
Yeah, who stated? I think was it Russell? Who said that after like they had a rough weekend or something?
Oscar.
I think it was Oscar, because Oscar is always saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oscar is a sassy king, full of sarcastic
funny.
comments, and I adore it. Hilarious. And that comment had me rolling.
What did he say?
Because I was like,
upset that Oscar didn't do a shoey. I'm upset Oscar didn't do a shoey. That's like Australian tradition.
He might at the fan stage. Later.
What is that?
Oh, okay. But he didn't do it on the podium.
No, he doesn't do it on the podium. He's always done them on a fan
Wendy,
stage.
I
you don't know
know.
what a
You know
shoey
what
is?
shoey is?
No.
Shoe. Beer.
They pour
Shoey.
beer or their champagne into their shoe, their racing shoe.
Oh, that's
I think
not.
the official tradition is it's supposed to be a woman's slipper.
That's not what I've heard it called before,
Yeah.
but okay, I know what you're talking about now.
What have you heard it called before?
Yeah, now I'm interested.
Like a beer shoe chug, like a boot chug. That's what we called it in Arkansas.
You're talking about
Are you
Das Boot.
talking? Oh, okay.
No, shoey's an Australian one.
Mm.
You're
For a
talking about-
second, I was like, if she says boot and rally, baby, that is not it. Shoeies.
That's funny.
I will never do them. I know where my feet have been in my
What?
shoes. Like,
It's stinky.
It's a shoe.
And sweaty.
yeah.
What race do we have next? Is it
Singapore,
Yeah.
Singapore, night race, street circuit, my favorite one of my favorites. I love Singapore,
I saw you thread that. You
but
said,
I'm
"Yay,
going
my
to be
fave."
very sad. Yes, I love it so much, but I'm gonna be crying mentally and maybe physically because I'm gonna be up, you guys.
Yeah.
Singapore times hurt.
What time is it
They
at?
So we have Singapore's next weekend, and then we have another 3-week break or something
Yeah.
like that, right? 3
And
or
then
4?
it's
Yeah.
Austin.
Yep.
I can't wait. Chris is gonna be so tired of me because I'm gonna be like the whole time, just the whole time freaking out.
Gonna be.
Just tired
Too
of
late.
me.
But what time
Ship
is the
sailed.
Singapore race at?
Our time or local time?
Yeah, hold
Like
up.
our time.
I'll tell you.
Singapore is at
Our
0700 Central, so 0800 your time. Lindy.
Okay.
Yeah, but
gotcha.
the practices and stuff that I'm up for, you're not gonna wake up because you don't ever wake up. So
Me?
you no, she doesn't ever wake up.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
I'm going to be asleep.
You. Oh my God. Yeah. Practice 3 and practice 1 are gonna be my worst ones. Those are 4:30 wake ups.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad.
Get
It's
to
not too
sleep
bad. I'm
in
used
a
to this
little
not
longer.
sleeping thing.
There was something else I wanted to talk about this race weekend. I'm trying to remember what. I didn't make a note of it. Let me see if I can remember.
I just remembered what Oscar said. He said they finally put a finish to it or something like that. Talking about Carlos and
Yeah.
Checo. That's what he said at
Yeah.
the end.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's right.
I love his commentary. Oh my God.
Oh, the box fan. Were you going to talk about the box fan?
Yeah. Poor Alex. Poor Alex.
Wait, what happened?
Okay.
Oh, the fan.
The fan.
In the
As
intake.
soon
Yeah,
as
I
Bree
forgot
said
about that.
Oscar,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, Oscar also said something about Albon with the box fan, and he was like on the radio like, the Williams still has the box fan on it.
yeah.
He's like, what's happening here?
Well, how
Yeah,
do
that
you
was
forget
that
that?
was hilarious.
It's big and
Um,
bright and yellow.
I saw the video. I saw the video of the guy who was trying to get it off and it was stuck on there, and he actually almost got his foot run over because the car was leaving the garage and he was still holding on to it trying to get it off.
Oh
And so he tried to follow the car out, and then the car took off and he's trying to wave and flag down the pit lane control to get him to stop, and he just was out.
Oh, did you see
Crazy.
what's her name got appendicitis too with Sky? What's her name? Rachel Brooks, the F1 team. She's part of the F1 Sky F1 team. She got appendicitis.
Mm.
That's why she wasn't on air at all this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why
Or I
is
think
it
she
going
was
around?
for
Yeah.
FP1.
What is
But
in
yeah,
the water?
that's like what the third person we know of in like
The
2
third
weeks.
person. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want. I don't
Oh,
want
keep it away from me.
No.
Oh, Pierre
No.
Gasly too. Bree, you sent me that thing about Pierre Gasly yesterday.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, of him getting disqualified. I mean, pretty good for disqualified.
Mhm.
Like,
And-
honestly.
Max apparently got a warning from the stewards too for overtaking under a safety car as
Yeah.
well. I
Pretty,
saw
pretty
that
Max
came
thing
out.
to do.
Yeah.
That's just
I'd be
Max.
like, oops,
So he got
didn't see it.
a little slap on his
That's
hand.
just Max.
But yeah, I guess they came back and said the stewards chalked up the crash as a racing incident. Yeah.
I love
Which
when they
is-
use that word.
That's crazy
It's
to
just
me.
an incident.
Oh my God, that is an incident. You know,
Incident.
Ferrari's going to be working really hard, and so is Red Bull to get that second car back up and running for Singapore. I don't know what
Yeah.
Red Bull's going to do, because that's literally, they're packing up and they're shipping that stuff out tonight to head over to Singapore. That is
Yeah.
a tight turnaround. And they're going to have to fly some things in from Maranello, I'm pretty sure.
From Maranello for Ferrari.
Ferrari.
I
and
thought
then
from Red Bull,
UK
like
for
they're not
Red Bull.
Maranello.
Both of them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know.
Because it looked like both cars were pretty much totaled.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
the monocoque chassis goes, it's going to need a lot of carbon fiber work to get those fixed. Looked like.
Yeah. For
At least,
sure.
well, the side pod on Checo's car was damn near falling off from the picture I saw.
Yeah. I just saw the nose of Carlos's. It's just like scrunched like a tin can.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God.
Speaking of them,
Go ahead.
sorry. Did anyone, I kept seeing it all over threads, but I never saw anyone post the video where apparently after their crash, Checo slapped the helmet of Carlos. I never did see the
Oh, I
video.
He
missed
went up to
that.
talk to him. So I saw it, and then the camera on Carlos's dash switched to the back, and then it switched back forward because I think it saw the motion in the back of him walking.
Mhm.
And I just see this going on from Checo, and then he's walking off like, ugh, whatever, and then he leaves Carlos, and Carlos is just trying to get his steering wheel out. Yeah, I think some words were exchanged.
Yeah, because that would have been.
Well, Checo was pissed on the radio.
Oh, he was pissed.
Yeah, I would be too, though, because that would have been the best that
He was
he's
pissed.
done in a while. And then it just, bam, no more.
Yeah.
hmm I mean, and the Ferrari also needed those points too. Both people had a lot to lose, but I think Checo lost out way more.
Yeah, because Checo was back into form and actually looked like he was eager to race and really be competitive, and I'd be pissed if I were Checo. I would feel like I got robbed too because he had a good race going. P3 is formidable in the Red Bull at this point, so to have that stolen from him due to Sainz being an idiot, in my opinion, but it is what it is. I also have a conspiracy theory that was just Ferrari protecting Charles too, because Charles was probably going to lose P2. So.
Lindy and I were talking about that. We were like, did he just dive bomb for his homeboy? Should he just do it?
Ferrari doing Ferrari
but I am
things.
not gonna put out a rumor, right?
Yeah, we're just guessing. We don't know.
Will. I know you will, but I won't do it. I won't do it. They
I was
come
very...
for us more than you in the comments and stuff.
Because I don't care. You can't affect me. You can't hurt my feelings. I don't have any. I was really disappointed in Leclerc's performance too. It's almost like I know the tires went off. I know he probably did want P1, but it was almost like he was defeated and gave up at the end of that race too. Like it wasn't even close anymore.
Are you talking about those last two?
Yeah, the last 2-3
overtakes
laps.
Opportunities.
Yeah. No, the last 2-3 laps after the tires were gone.
Oh yeah, the last two were before the tire. The overtake opportunities were before the tires went. Yeah.
Although the McLaren,
I don't
the
know.
rear tires were not nearly as bad as the Ferraris, though. Either that Ferrari, they've had tire day issues all season, but it really showed in this race when they were out on those hards for so long. The rear tires got chewed up pretty good.
I think Oscar just really also just like, he's like a master defender too. Like even when he found a tiny little hole to go through, he was on him already every single time. Yeah. I think he was like, this is a lot of risk now. Yeah. Like a lot of risk.
I think Chuck should have really put the pressure on the braking, like on his second attempt to overtake on what was that, turn one? If he had, because kept trying to go to the inside line, but then like he was braking at the same braking point that he was as if he weren't trying to overtake. If he had just eked it out and like dive bomb Piastri, I think he could have got around him, because just the experience between the two drivers, it's disparate. So I think Oscar would have kind of panicked and let him have it had he gone a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, didn't happen. Very strange.
I love
But
it.
that Ferrari's or the McLaren's fast too, though. And I have to give it to them, because that car has come a long way in the last year and a half. So it's
Yeah,
pretty incredible.
it really has.
Where they used to be in the points
Well,
last year versus now, big difference.
I know. Oh my
Now
God.
they're, instead of competing for, P6, P7, now they're competing for which one of them is going to be on the podium. It's pretty impressive. I'm really happy with that team.
It's good pairing. Good pairing. Well, you guys, Baku's been great, but Singapore is going to be amazing. We should wrap it up here,
Yep.
because I could sit here and talk all day about this race and everything that's happened, but I've got a concert to get to. So
All right.
I can't. I am so excited for Singapore next week. Chris will be with us, hopefully. Don't have any other crazy emergencies happen. And
We'll see.
we'll see, he says.
Maybe I'll get some kidney stones or
Let's not.
gallstones or.
And let's not drive ourselves home.
Yeah.
But as always, it's been real. And it's been the one stop.
Thank you guys.
Adios.